It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. The Jazz in the midst of a road trip going into this one. To the inside, here's Bailey, and finished off by Bailey.
I like Bailey attacking the rim at that size.
There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And he jams it with authority.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
At the elbow, it's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And that's what they want to see out of Jackson. Getting out on the break and just busting it up the court.
Pass to Tatum. The three. Rebounded by Battier. We've seen a quick start here for the Jazz. The Jazz working the ball around now. Now Jackson. Here's White. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Pass to Jackson. And it's sent back by White.
You talk about protecting the basket. Derek White with the big-time swat at the rim.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla.
He's focused on Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight, always a big problem for opponents. Coach told me Triple J does the two things we all want, hit threes and block shots. He's won a Defensive Player of the Year, so we're talking about one of the toughest guys to game plan for because he's really good at both ends. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Driving to the basket. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Now we know the Jazz have been up front. Before you can rebuild, Doris, you've got to tear down. And that's what they've done.
And Kevin, that requires extraordinary patience. You have to be willing to trade away veterans who can contribute to winning. And you have to be willing to prolong the process in order to get max returns. But be under no illusions. Losing is hard on everyone.
He gets that one.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Going inside. The shot's good. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. White looking around. Here's Vucevic. And Tatum stays with it.
Well, you love to see a great scorer create an easy opportunity. Jason Tatum gets a second chance points right there.
Back to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Pass to Vucevic. White inside. To the wing on the left. Here's Walsh. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jazz leading by 5. Here's Bailey. Takes it off the glass. Bailey's got his second basket of the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Tatum on the wing. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Mr. Vucevic has elite range for a big man. He will punish you from downtown if you let him.
Now Now here's White. Gets it off. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Jazz lead by 4. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Jazz.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
And they've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level. But you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Kessler. Outside Robinson. Back to Kessler. It's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Boston trailing. And Boston certainly has some of the most knowledgeable sports fans, Doris, in the country.
Kevin, not only knowledgeable, but passionate. And when you think over the 4 major sports in the city and the tradition of success, it is no wonder they are so committed.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team. And Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back over to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Pass to Shireman. Driving inside. Yep, that one goes. And now a 6-point Boston lead.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Collier. Back to Kessler. To stop the run. At the tip. And Robinson is right there. Robinson's got his first 2 points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Celtics leading by 7. Inside. Here's Polynice. And it's sent back by Kessler. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
2 minutes.
Down low. Rebound, Boston. We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but GA, much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
It's stolen by White. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop.
Well, this is who we know Derek White is. Excellent anticipation defensively. And what does he do? He makes sure his teammate gets an opportunity.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now. It just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Bailey with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Kirilenko. And it's White with the rebound. The kick out to Brown. Trying to find White. Gets it to him. Pass to Holmes. But Trey. Rebounded by Bailey. Jazz trailed by 10. Now here's Jackson. Guarded by Holmes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Jazz have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Now Holmes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Boston. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll return shortly. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Celtics leading by 9. Here's White. Banked in off the glass. White's got 7 points.
Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
Here's Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And here's a guy that's not in coast mode. Jackson's going to give it all he has every minute he's on the floor. That's how he earns the and one.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside Tatum. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jazz trailed by 10. Over in the corner, Kirilenko. Here's the screen. Bailey with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Back to White. The Celtics working the ball around now. Battier with the steal. Bailey with the ball. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Kirilenko. It's rebounded by Walsh. Celtics leading by 10. Now Tatum. Now here's Holmes. Over Jackson. Again the miss by the Celtics.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner.
When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does this team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Guys,
Truly an impact player. Thank you, Allie. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Springer. Still scoreless. Pass to Hauser. Here's Polynice. Kessler with the rebound. To the paint. Here's Robinson. And the lead is down inside single digits. Robinson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Pass to Gonzalez. From the arc. Boston again missing. Jazz trailed by 8. Here's Mikhailuk. And Kessler throws it down.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Pass to Hauser. From deep. Here's Polynice. Here's Hauser. To the middle. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Driving in. Here's Collier. Kessler the screen. Here's Mikhailuk. Can't connect from short range. Celtics leading by 8. Pass to Springer. Here's Shireman. Up and in on the layup. Shireman's got his third bucket of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Down low. Here's Kessler. Yep, it counts.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Springer. Still without a basket. Pass to Collier. Here's Kessler. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Boy, that's a bang-bang play on the inbounds pass. I like those quick hitters.
And so it's Boston, holding on to an 8-point lead, heading into the break. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We've got more.
38.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. And they told the team, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're up. Do not forget that. They told their team to just relax, to have fun, and to finish this one out. We'll see if they do, guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Outside Tatum. Contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Ace Bailey.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous three-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
To the inside. Holmes with the steal. And here's White. Over in the corner, Brown. Clock at 6. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Holmes with it. Ready now by Jackson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Jazz trailed by 8. And he drives in. And the dunk by Jackson.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Walsh can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, this is not a game he'll want to individually remember, but they are positioned to close this thing out.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Here's the 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Boston leading by 6. It's stolen by Bailey. It's stolen by White. Holmes down low. Layup no good. Bailey with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Now Jackson. And it doesn't go.
Boy, just tremendous effort on defense. That's a clear message from him. No easy buckets.
Here's Tatum. Now Brown. Shot clock at 5. He drills the 3.
Boy, what a pass by Jaylen Brown. Probably one of his most improved areas.
Another chance. Now Jackson. 2 minutes. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here we felt it. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Here's the screen. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
But Jaylen Brown getting better and better in pick-and-roll situations. There's a real willingness to give up the basketball.
Another chance.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It's the first that will push the lead to double digits. And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world. So there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past. So much versatility. Bailey does so many things to help you succeed.
No good from 3. Jazz trailed by 8. And get the 3. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Celtics.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jason Tatum.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Here's Polynice. Boston Celtics with the W. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not